couple days removed from the trade of the century. Where are you on that?
I still can't believe they did it. It's a bizarre trade. And all the stuff coming out about Luka being so upset because he had just bought a house in Dallas. It's just so unusual for a move of this stature to be under wraps up until it happens. And it's so unusual for a player not to get shopped beyond just one team. And that is the strangest part of it all to me. I wonder if we'll get any other major moves right before tomorrow's deadline, because Brian Windhorst was just on ESPN talking about Golden State really exploring the possibility of bringing Kevin Durant back there, which would be just another huge trade, even though he and Steph Curry are past the primes that you're seeing the Jays in right now. You don't usually get this kind of fireworks at the trade deadline.
Speaking of Kevin Durant, was it while Kyrie Irving was talking about the grieving process, did he also get into his claim that the way he wanted things to go here in Boston was that the three of them were talking about it. It was Kyrie and AD and KD, and they wanted to play here with Jason Tatum.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack in the answers that he gave to Tim Bontemps, who put it out there on Twitter this morning is when I saw it. But he basically was saying this was something that was in Danny Ainge's power, that he could have facilitated these trades that would bring Anthony Davis and Kevin Durant here. What would have to go out? He didn't really specify, but he said it wasn't going to be Jason Tatum. And you had to imagine with trades of that level, it would have, if this ever was going to happen, it would have been Jaylen Brown in 2018, maybe a piece like Al Horford, because you're looking at contracts and the levels that those guys were in 2018. There weren't a ton of guys
Marcus
on that
Smart,
roster.
Maybe.
Right.
Marcus Smart was there.
It's just, so, it was a really odd thing to put out there, 7 years later? But
But he said the three of them had multiple conversations about it. That's what they wanted.
I'm glad they didn't go that way.
Yeah.
So he said, ultimately, he said that that's what splintered the locker room in 2018, because he said rumors of that came out, and the young guys were not ready to deal with their names being in trade rumors, to which I say, yeah, I wouldn't be about that either.
Right.
I'd be like looking over and saying, let's not throw my name out there. I would like to be on this team.
Do you feel like Jaylen still feels that way? Because every single season, his name's brought up.
I think having the Supermax has to help.
Yeah.
So hopefully that the Supermax, having the NBA Finals MVP, the Eastern Conference Finals MVP, there's been a lot of things that he's earned here as a Celtic since having his name in trade rumors that you would hope would smooth over the relationship and keep him happy.
And he just seems like the dude where it's like, all right, if you want to trade me, go ahead. I got my ring.
That's not what people were saying.
No, I'm saying, I'm talking about
this
I'm talking about right now.
Okay.
If you would have asked Jaylen Brown right now, I don't think he wants to get traded, but I think he would be like, I got my ring, I got my Supermax, I got my Finals MVP. He probably is past it. Like, if you want to trade me, go ahead. That's the league. I'll go wherever. I'm still gonna be who I am right now. If you would have asked Jaylen Brown, I don't think he is in the position where he trips about it no more, because he's proven himself to the whole NBA.
I think the biggest indicator, if you want to see whether Jaylen's moved on beyond this story about 2018 from Kyrie Irving, is that he and Kyrie are boys. So they're friends.
Right.
So if Kyrie was instrumental in going to Danny Ainge or whoever and saying, let's bring AD and Kevin Durant here, and that means Jaylen has to go because we're going to build around Jason Tatum, well, it seems like everybody's moved on beyond that.
That's why I say he moved on. Who do you think I know the Lakers are the winners of the trade, but there's been a lot of people out there, basketball people, saying in the short term that Dallas might be the better complete team right now when it comes to Kyrie, AD, and the way they set it up. versus LeBron and Luka. Where do you kind of see that?
Well, it just diversifies the Mavs a lot more because when you had Luka, Kyrie, we all saw the finals last year. It just wasn't a defensive team. When you bring in somebody like AD, that's still one of the best two-way players in the league, and he's probably the most elite rim protector in the entire league. So it just gives a totally different dimension to the Mavs. I don't think it really changes them significantly in the West. There's a couple of really strong teams out there. So I still think that the Celtics are the ones to beat overall. And you saw what they did against the top seed Cleveland last night, where they led pretty much the entire game. And so, like, does it really change anything for the Celtics that much?
No, I'm
I
talking
don't
about the
think so.
Lakers.
I know, but for the Lakers, that's a long-term play.
Right.
And that's the thing where everybody's looking, is there another shoe that's going to drop? If LeBron truly didn't know about this, does that signal that now LeBron's going to be on the move somewhere because they don't look at him and say, give us your input on trading away someone who's also under Clutch Sports, who represents LeBron. I just think the way that the Lakers are looking at it is this is their LeBron insurance plan. So LeBron's 40. Once his chapter is done with the Lakers, this is where they're moving. They're going to the Luka show.
Where do you stand on Conspiracy Curt's theory that the NBA drove this from a ratings perspective?
I think, Curtis, you're not serious about that, are you?
1,000%.
Oh, he is. Believe me.
What is with this, like, rig stuff? Why does everybody want
Have you watched the
conspiracy theories?
NBA, Mego?
Yes, I watch a lot of the NBA.
Okay,
Do
so
you?
yeah, so the Pau Gasol trade in 2008 from the Memphis Grizzlies to the Lakers in that offseason following Donaghy.
Barnes was reportedly in Santa Barbara training with the Memphis Grizzlies.
I missed that guy. Bombed off my ass. Anyway, the year ends with the sweep of the Spurs over the Cavs, lowest rated NBA Finals of all time, and then the Donaghy news story breaks about rigging games, whatever. That summer, Kevin Garnett was traded to the Celtics by Kevin McHale. Then, in season, the Lakers got Gasol. Celtics-Lakers got into the NBA Finals immediately after the worst season in the history of the NBA. Boom, they're back. This year, in advance of this trade, Adam Silver was on the Dan Patrick Show talking about shortening games. The only
Great idea, by the way.
storyline in the NBA has been, why is nobody watching?
Well,
Then-
that's not the only storyline, though, because the Christmas Day games had the highest ratings in the last 5 years, and that Warriors-Lakers game had over 400% higher ratings than the time slot in the last 5 years.
Yeah, but they got demolished by the NFL in comparison on Christmas. A day that was entirely owned by the NBA is now dominated by Netflix with the Texans, Chiefs, and those games. And I would add that the one weekend of the year where you are insured to have no NFL overshadow you, the bye week in between the conference championship and the Super Bowl, a deal of this magnitude comes out of nowhere where the Lakers and LeBron get one last kick at the
trade
can.
deadline.
So Shams was talking about this in the buildup of it. This was rumored. Why would you not talk to any other team but one?
Mego?
Give me one good
Because
reason.
it's the Lakers, Curtis. You can say that the Lakers have an unfair advantage because they're an LA team and guys want to go play there, and they are basically the Cowboys of the NBA, and so we see this happen over and over and over again.
Where's another
Even-
example where an NBA team was trading a superstar of this magnitude and didn't discuss it with any other potential suiter?
Well, no, this is unprecedented, but that doesn't
Exactly.
mean that it's rigged.
Well,
I just think that that's like...
Don't waste your time, Mego. 'cause
So
it's
then
like
they're just dumb?
beat your head against a brick wall.
Yes, I don't... Who's dumb?
The Dallas Mavericks.
That's not for me to say.
Yeah. Well, they are dumb. I'll say it for
You
you.
can
Mego
say
is
it.
dumb.
Well, it's either dumb or rigged, one of the two. I mean,
Dumb. I think it's more
Yeah,
dumb
I
than
mean,
anything.
honestly, when a lot of people think that there's a conspiracy theory, I say this goes for all walks of life. No, just dumb.
Yeah.
There are dumb people everywhere.
but then
As
why
I
do they
once
always
heard
why
someone
do they
quote
always
from
help the
Harvard.
Lakers?
You, Mego, you're wasting your time because he went from the league to then LeBron had a hand in this all going down.
No, I said there's no chance in hell LeBron was shocked by it.
No, you said LeBron was the
I
mastermind.
do think that it doesn't pass the smell test,
Thank
Curtis.
you.
I
Like
give
to
you that.
say that it gives a lot of Aaron Rodgers didn't know his coach was being fired.
Right. He was shocked.
Yeah, it does. All right. Well, good win last night. Who are you picking on Sunday?
I would like to pick the Eagles, even though I'm I'm an NFC East girl, and I don't love the Eagles. I like Saquon, and I really want that for him. It's
Okay.
such a I love that in this last season, we got this resurgence, at least for a while, both of running backs and Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley, and you can go through other running backs that had terrific seasons. And we had these quarterbacks that everyone thought were just toast. We're just done, like Sam Darnold. And towards the end of playoffs, they show themselves out. But you get these like resurgent stories, and I really like that. So for Saquon, I would like to have the full narrative of it.
Washington fan.
All
Rooting for
right.
the Eagles.
And if you want to hang out with Courtney and Mego, and who wouldn't, next Thursday night, Valentine's Day.
We're beautiful. We just might not have the attributes you're looking for in a dinner date.
Right. Come for the food, come for the drinks, and come for the necks.
Yes.
All right. Great to see you. All right.